Alright, what's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be going over a couple stocks that I traded today. So let's get started. Since now I'm sharing my screen, we'll be going over the trades that I took. So now starting off, we're going to be taking a look at ticker symbol NIO. As you can see, now I had a loser on NIO and I had an entry of 1276 this morning. So now if I just move this out the way, we can clearly see NIO has been a stock that has been moving to the upside throughout these last 2 days, and now I was looking for a continuation of this momentum, and also had been showing some that it was creating resistance pre-markets. It didn't have much trouble breaking out, so now I was looking for a continuation and push up over this morning. So now I took it, as I said, 1276. So I had my position right here. So I took my trade on this exact candle right here. Now, why I took it at this exact candle was we had a pre-market resistance right here, and we came down, we broke out, found a higher low, and then a second higher low. So higher low, higher low, higher low, and we created a resistance here. We created a rejection, pulled back, and came back up. So I saw this as like a bullish sentiment that this stock is being bought up on its pullbacks. So I decided to get in at 1276 with a 7-cent stop. So I had my 7-cent stop down here. I had my nice push up. I hit a little more than 1-to-1. I was looking for my 2-to-1. And so this came back on me very aggressively, and as you can see, it came back and stopped me out by the penny. So if I just go my line right here, you can see that this line connects with this. That means that it touched the same price point and stopped me out by the exact penny. So, and this this is honestly probably the first time this has ever happened to me, or the second time this has ever happened to me, that it stopped me out by the penny and had a continuation to the upside. So stuff like this happens. I could have ended up hitting my 2-to-1, but things aren't always going to go as you plan them out to. So I just managed my risk, took my $90 loser, and just moved on from there. I didn't let it get to me. I just moved on. So taking a look at our second trade, we're going to be taking a look at Starbucks. Now, Starbucks, I was looking for a long trade this morning to see if it could curl back up and go to the upside. As you can see, it created a resistance at $80 and then started trending down throughout pre-market session. So if we take a look over here, I had a $133 winner and a 77.97 entry. So now if we go over here, I had a 77.97 entry. So my entry was here. Now going over a little why I entered there long, even though the stock was trending up. Well, it's because it went through a period of overextension to the downside, as you can see, which got bought up. It had a higher low and started turning around right here, created a higher low over here. So I looked at this as a, a reference to this can momentarily start trending up. So I took it there. I had my stop loss about 20 cents to down here. I ended up taking a partial. If I'm not mistaken, I ended up taking my partial pretty early, like around here on the same candle. Just took my 20 cents. Actually, I had much more than 20 cents. I think I had 1.5 R, so that was about 30 cents. So I took it for about 30 cents. So, okay, so it was on this candle. I let my shares ride. It came back down to my entry and stopped me out. And what I mean by my shares came back and stopped me out mean that I took a partial. I didn't take all my shares off when I initially took this trade. I let 1/4 ride to see if this momentum could build up and continue to the upside. It didn't. It came back on me and took some of my profits. So that's what happened there. I was up 150 plus around at one point, but That's how I only finished up $130 on Starbucks. So taking a look at our next trade, we're going to be taking a look at Shopify. Now, Shopify was a short trade, and it was pretty spready, honestly. So it was trouble. I had trouble taking my partial in this trade, but we took it at 1081 short. So 1081 short was about here. As you can see with the spreads, it filled me all the way down here. I wanted to originally get in at 1083 on this candle. I got filled in $2 late. So I had about a $9 stop. So my stop was about right there. With spreads and everything, you got to give it a little bit of wide stop. It came down, came down, came down. Um, and then it bounced right here. Started bouncing, and I ended up taking my partial. Honestly, I didn't hold through this breakdown. I did not. I just couldn't mentally. I don't know why. But it ended up bouncing back, and I took my profits, all of my profits actually, for about 1071. So I took about 11 points on it. Missed this breakdown right here. I just didn't feel good holding this stock because it was a gap up, and shorting it, and especially with a huge move like this, I did not feel comfortable holding in for a second round of pullback, because this pullback was relatively tight. But it very well could have came back to entry and did some crazy stuff like this. So I just took it off right there for $116. It was a little more than my 101, so I'm very happy with that trade. I cannot complain right there. So taking a look at my last trade, I took ticker symbol VERX. Now VERX is an IPO stock, and now what I was noticing on this IPO stock, that so it opened up and it found a support right here. As you can see, these first three candles found a support here, came up. The buyers got got over, what can I say? They got overthrown by the short selling pressure, and they all got screwed over right here. Boom. They try to come back in. Boom. They got screwed over. Boom. And then what I noticed here, this is when I started paying attention to it, and I was looking for a short selling trade. I was gonna take it long if it went over $26, and short if it couldn't go over. So once I noticed this, it came back and it got rejected by this 26 level that has got rejected already 3 times before. Came back, made a higher low, and then started consolidating in this area. So I took it at this 25.20 short. I had a 50-cent stop, which is extremely wide. Now, this is an IPO. We have no way of telling how it moves or if it's going to be a choppy, whippy stock. So I decided to go safe. But I could have gone down to here like 35 cents, maybe even 30 cents, which would have been way better. But that's not the case. So took my 50-cent stop. Immediately had a rush down, 80 cents, came back up, came back down. My platform has closed around this time, so I didn't see this, but came back down. And once my platform closed and I had to open it back up, I was honestly pretty nervous and did not feel comfortable with anything. So once it came down and it couldn't hold under this 2450 level that it broke down right here, I'm it was kind of safe to say in this very moment that buyers were stepping in, taking their profits, and also people who were trying to buy up this stock. Um, as you can see, it ended up not making much of a big pullback, but ended up having a huge move afterwards. But yeah, that was that. VRX had $114 winner on that. 3 winners, 1 loser. Alright traders, I really hope you guys enjoyed that video, and if you found it helpful in any way, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or concerns, please leave them down below. And I'll also be leaving my Discord down below. It's a little community of like-minded individuals that I'm trying to grow. I took in a break from YouTube to focus on my trading, but now I'm back. So make sure to subscribe.